Okay, folks, we're here with Mark Wildman. We're talking about our sparklies that we carry at the Chateau on the Lake, and he's going to take us through Prosecco, an Italian Rosé, sparkly, Cava, and our property Champagne, which we think is phenomenal, Pol Roger.
Okay,
Mark.
so quick summary, getting you guys all ready for the holiday season from Thanksgiving right through New Year's for toasts, for pairings with foods, all that jazz. Let's start with Prosecco real quick. This is from a very popular traditional house out of right on Lake Verona, up in Verona, in the Veneto region, called Lamberti. This is Prosecco. Everybody knows Prosecco. It's the most popular, valued sparkling wine in the world right now. In the last 10 years, it's exploded. Prosecco is actually a grape dating back to the Roman times, but nowadays, unless it's produced specifically out of, by law, DOC or DOCG regions, then it can be called Prosecco. Otherwise, it's got to be called as basically a country white or a table white. They come in little 187 splits, which is pretty cool for doing toast, single servings. But they're also served in 750 mLs, and these sparkling wine goes with everything. So this is a nice start to your sparkling career if you haven't really ventured into the sparkling world and get a good feel for what bubbly is like, whether you like it, you don't like it. But Lamberti, big Prosecco producer. Next to that, they also produce a sparkling rosé. Rosés, obviously, everybody knows, have become very popular summertime, but also
So why not have them in sparkly?
why not have them in sparkling wine? And Lamberti produces this blend of Pinot Noir, Pinot Blanc, and a little indigenous grape from the region called Rebosa. Italy has more grape varietals than any other country in the world, and it's not worth mentioning most of them, but that creates the differences, the distinct differences from one region to another with flavor because of the blends that they do with these little indigenous grapes. So, bone dry, sparkling rosé.
Very dry.
Yep, hits the sparkling category for the holidays, hits the rosé category because rosés are real popular with turkeys and holiday foods. They go with everything. So now you got basically two birds with one stone. Sparkling, bone dry rosé is absolutely fantastic out of the Veneto. Same price point as what the Prosecco is. Great values. Next, your favorite.
I mean, Pol Roger is my favorite, but as far as an entry level, I think the Cava is phenomenal.
Yeah, I think so too. Cava's made traditional method, just like Champagne is. That 8-step process creates fine bubbles, creates finesse, which attributes to the cost on. The costs go up with a process like this, but the bubbly itself is that much far ahead of regular traditional sparkling wines done out of California, South America.
That's my wife's favorite.
Yeah.
She prefers that over...
Most of these are done out of the Catalunya region, out of Alto Penedès, near Barcelona. But there's other areas where they're produced as well. Variety of 3 different grape varietals, which I don't really need to get into here. But they go into making this sparkling wine, and Cava's pretty popular. It's a great value for somebody who doesn't really want to spend $100 to $150 on a bottle of champagne. Go the Cava direction or go that Cremant direction.
And if you're a Prosecco drinker, my challenge is to you, step out a little bit, try some Cava.
Try some Cava.
It's in the same price point.
Yeah, and you'll see the difference in style from that Charmant method versus the traditional method that champagnes are produced in. And which leads us to
The big boy.
Pol Roger, Champagne.
Winston Churchill's favorite.
Almost a 175-year-old winery dating back to 1849. Yep, Sir Winston Churchill's favorite champagne, to the point where we named his most premium champagne after Sir Winston Churchill, called the Cuvée Sir Winston Churchill. His top selections, Tattingers, and Cristal. And I'm not sure if Cristal's done the other houses.
What we do with the Cristal and the Dom is we serve a Sir Winston Churchill at the Chateau. That's the high end. This is your entry level. I believe we're at $450, $425 for Sir Winston.
For the Sir Winston Churchill.
$90
this is
for here.
Vintage brut.
Then we get the Blanc de Blanc.
And you got the Blanc de
Which
Blanc,
is
which is 100% Chardonnay. So you're talking about multiple tiers for champagne houses of vintage wines, from Blanc de Blanc, Brut Rosé, and then their most premium, Cuvée Sir Winston Churchill. This is their non-vintage wine they produce year after year. It's a blend of
very consistent,
30% to 33% of the 3 main grapes: Pinot Noir, Pinot Meunier, and Chardonnay, and it creates this finesse. It's the reason why Pol Roger is as good as it is, reflected in its non-vintage. So, cheers, sparkling wine for the holidays for everybody.
Sir Winston Churchill had a quote, a saying about champagne when it comes to defeat and victory. If you know it, post it below in the comments.
There you go.
Cheers.
Cheers.